The moment the words left my daughter Chloe's mouth, I felt a physical coldness settle deep in my chest that no amount of roaring fire could ever thaw. It was late November, and I, Elinor a 68-year-old widow, had just politely inquired about coordinating my flight plans to see her, my only child, and her family for Christmas. Her response, delivered in the same bright, casual tone she might use to discuss grocery shopping, was, "Oh, Mom, you shouldn't bother with that this year. The guest room is full of overflow gifts, and with the dog and the kids, honestly, there's just no room for you. No room. Not we are having a quiet Christmas. Not we already made other plans." But a dismissive, space management calculation that reduced me, her mother, to a logistical inconvenience less important than a pile of unused shopping bags and a Labrador. The context was simple and brutal. I had spent the last 2 years financially supporting their move to a new, sprawling, 5-bedroom house. A house that absolutely, unequivocally had room for me. The core conflict landed right there, in the searing sting of rejection. Do I, Elinor, the mother who devoted her life and finances to this family, simply swallow the humiliation, send a check, and spend Christmas alone watching holiday specials, thereby confirming that my worth is purely transactional? Or do I take that immense financial and emotional investment I was prepared to spend on them, the flight, the gifts, the holiday contribution, and immediately redirect it, executing a silent, luxurious, and highly visible declaration of independence that would force my daughter and my demanding son-in-law, Mark to confront the sudden, massive gap my absence would leave? Was I wrong to use my remaining savings not for their comfort, but for my own spectacular defiance? Tell me honestly, would you have cried alone on the sofa, or would you have smiled through the pain and plotted a tropical escape? To truly grasp the venom behind that simple phrase, "no room," you need to understand the elaborate emotional and financial dynamic that had slowly suffocated me since my husband passed away 7 years ago. I am Elinor, and my entire life was defined by the singular goal of securing Chloe's happiness. Chloe, 42, is not malicious, but she is perpetually, passively entitled, a trait that my son-in-law, Mark, a man whose ambition vastly outstripped his actual income, had skillfully exploited. Mark is a financial planner who is paradoxically terrible at his own finances. They live a lifestyle that consistently requires external funding. 2 years ago, when they wanted to upgrade to a massive, 5-bedroom house in an extremely competitive school district, they hit the familiar wall of insufficient down payment. That's where I came in. I liquidated the small equity I had left in my late husband's pension and gave them a $120,000 loan, which we both understood was actually a gift toward their future stability. This financial sacrifice was made explicitly on the promise that I would always be an integrated part of their lives, especially during the holidays. They got the house, and I was relegated to a small, quiet apartment, my social life shrinking with my budget. Since the move, the requests hadn't stopped. "Mom, can you cover the kids' private school fees this quarter?" "Mom, Mark's business trip to Miami is a networking necessity. Can you spot us the airfare?" My $120,000 gift had not bought me integration. It had bought them a higher standard of living and me, a permanent position as their auxiliary bank account. Christmas was always the focal point of my giving. I didn't just bring myself, I brought the holiday. I would spend $3,000 on gifts for Chloe, Mark, and my 2 grandchildren, plus another $1,500 on contributing to the massive holiday groceries, the expensive wine, and the general logistics of hosting a perfect, large family Christmas. I viewed this annual expenditure not as charity, but as my guaranteed ticket to being asterisk, needed asterisk, and asterisk, wanted asterisk. This year, I was prepared to spend even more. I had set aside roughly asterisk asterisk backslash $6,000 asterisk asterisk for the total Christmas budget, flights, gifts, and contributions. When Chloe said, "There's just no asterisk room asterisk for you," it was the final, devastating realization that they didn't want asterisk me asterisk anymore. They only wanted the asterisk resources asterisk I brought. I wasn't being excluded because the house was small. I was being excluded because they had already established their new, higher status social life in the new neighborhood, and my simple, quiet presence was no longer deemed necessary for their image. The $120,000 was paid, the house was secured, and now the auxiliary bank account was being politely frozen out. I didn't yell, I didn't cry, I simply said, "Oh, I see. Well, thank you for letting me know, darling. I'll make other arrangements." I hung up and sat in my silent, beige apartment. For 20 minutes, I stared blankly at the wall, feeling the immense, crushing weight of loneliness. Then, a slow, cold determination began to curdle the pain. I realized I had just been handed a massive opportunity. I still had the $6,000 Christmas fund, and now I had absolutely zero emotional obligation to spend it on them. I pulled out my laptop and opened the travel sites. I didn't look at cozy inns or quiet domestic destinations. I looked at the most expensive, most exclusive places on Earth. I looked at the Maldives. The search result was a tiny, utterly isolated luxury resort built on stilts over a turquoise lagoon. The deluxe overwater bungalow, all-inclusive, Christmas week. The price, a clean asterisk asterisk, backslash $5,500 plus a few hundred for flights and transfers. The entire Christmas budget, the flights, the expensive gifts, the food contribution, was enough to buy me 1 week of absolute, serene, luxurious isolation. I booked it immediately. I paid the full amount, watched the confirmation email arrive, and felt a rush of adrenaline mixed with pure, justified vengeance. I had taken the key that unlocked their opulent Christmas, and I had used it to lock myself away in paradise. The next step was crucial, the delivery of the news. I couldn't just vanish. I had to ensure the impact was felt immediately and publicly. I drove to the mall and bought 3 ridiculously oversized, gaudy, but empty gift boxes. I wrapped them elaborately in bright silver paper. I then went to a small specialty printing shop and commissioned a single, high-quality, glossy postcard. The picture on the postcard was a perfect, professional photo of the Maldives overwater bungalow. The private deck, the turquoise water, the sheer, undeniable luxury. The message, printed in elegant script, was simple, asterisk asterisk, having a wonderful Christmas. The guest room here is just perfect. Don't worry about me. Love, Mom. Asterisk asterisk. I sent the postcard via overnight delivery to arrive at Chloe's house on December 23rd, just as their massive, tax-expecting Christmas machine was spinning up. The 3 empty, silver gift boxes I dropped off at the house the next day, addressing them only to the family, making sure the concierge was watching. So that's the situation I was in. I had redirected my entire annual contribution, my ticket to inclusion, to purchase a week of spectacular, luxurious isolation for myself. I was 48 hours away from flying to the Maldives, and my public statement of independence was about to hit my entitled family like a financial meteor. My choice was terrifying. Do I prioritize the silent peace of mind, keep my trip secret, and only face their anger after I return, thereby dampening the immediate impact? Or do I immediately share a subtle, public hint on social media right now, ensuring the shock and the sudden realization of my total absence and the missing $600 contribution hit them asterisk before asterisk? They even open their empty gifts. Before I tell you what happened next, I want you to pause and comment below what you would have done in my shoes. Would you have chosen the path of complete secrecy or the swift, devastating social media reveal? Seriously, let me know what choice you would have made right there. I chose the swift, devastating social media reveal, but with a calculated, subtle twist. I wanted the realization of my absence to dawn on them slowly, building the panic. I went to my social media profile, a profile Chloe and Mark constantly monitored to ensure I was well enough to keep sending money, and posted a single, high-resolution photo. Not of the bungalow, not yet. I posted a picture of my tiny apartment windowsill, which held a vase of exotic, impossibly blue flowers, the exact shade of the Maldivian water, with the caption, asterisk asterisk, sometimes you need to find asterisk room asterisk for yourself in unexpected places. Off to find the best view for the holidays. Asterisk asterisk, I then turned off all notifications and switched my phone to airplane mode, preparing to enter my own bubble of peace. The detonation began on December 23rd. The package arrived. Chloe was the first to call, and the instant I heard the ringtone, I knew the postcard had landed. I let it go to voicemail. Her first message was a mixture of confusion and high anxiety. "Mom, what is this postcard? Are you actually in the Maldives? Why would you go there? Who did you go with? Did you get the empty boxes I saw the concierge drop off? Where are the actual gifts?" She couldn't bring herself to ask the real question. Where is the $600? I listened to the first message just as I settled into my first-class seat. I listened to the second message, a far more frantic one from Mark. As the plane began its ascent, Mark was instantly focused on the money. "Eleanor, this is Mark. What is going on? Did you send the annual transfer? We need to finalize the school payment by the 26th. Is that postcard some kind of joke? We need to know where you are." I imagined them standing in their vast, gift-laden house, the massive, opulent Christmas they had planned suddenly looking financially hollow, realizing the auxiliary bank account was not only closed, but was spending their entire contribution on itself. I landed in the Maldives, and as the gentle ocean breeze hit my face, I sent a final, single text to Chloe. Asterisk asterisk, the transfer has been permanently cancelled. Consider the overwater bungalow my gift myself this year. Asterisk asterisk, then I tossed the phone into the safe and officially began my vacation. The week that followed was pure, unadulterated bliss. I spent Christmas Day snorkeling in the turquoise water. I ate lobster and drank champagne on my private deck. I celebrated New Year's Eve watching fireworks over the ocean, surrounded by strangers who treated me with genuine respect because I was a paying guest, not a convenient ATM. The real consequences unfolded while I was away. The absence of the asterisk asterisk $600 created immediate, public chaos for Chloe and Mark. They couldn't cover the last, minute high-end grocery bill and had to cancel the expensive holiday catering service they relied on. More devastatingly, Mark had clearly been banking on a large transfer from me to cover the kids' private school fees for the next semester, a payment that was now overdue. Their financial foundation, built on my ongoing support, was exposed as utterly fragile. When I finally returned, tanned, relaxed, and utterly serene, the phone contained dozens of desperate messages. I called Chloe back from my quiet apartment. "Mom, where have you been? You completely ruined Christmas. We couldn't afford the catering, and the kids didn't get their usual big gifts. Mark is furious about the school fees. How could you do this to us?" Her tears were not of apology, but of pure, entitled accusation. "Chloe," I said calmly, looking out the window at the familiar gray city street, but feeling the warmth of the Maldivian sun still on my skin. "You told me there was no room for me in your house for Christmas. I took the $6,000 I budgeted to be wanted at your house, and I used it to book a perfect guest room in a place where I was actually welcome. The financial transfer is canceled because I am no longer funding your lifestyle. You made your choice. You valued gift storage over your mother. I simply honored your choice. I didn't threaten them. I didn't yell. I simply stated the new, permanent reality. The financial tap had been turned off." The immediate reaction was denial, followed by Mark launching into a furious, self-pitying diatribe about the $120,000 loan that was supposed to be a family investment. I listened, then calmly informed him that my lawyer was currently reviewing the loan agreement, and that the next conversation about my contribution would be with him. The threat of turning the gift into a legally demanding debt was enough to silence him instantly. I never did force them to repay the $120,000. I didn't have to. The Maldives trip was the ultimate power move. It wasn't the legal threat that destroyed them. It was the realization that I was no longer their perpetual source of funding. They were forced to dramatically downsize their lifestyle. Mark had to take a second job, and they had to pull the children out of the expensive private school. The very reason they needed the 5-bedroom house in the first place. I, Eleanor, found something far more valuable than their love, self-respect, and peace. I took the money I was spending to buy my way into their lives, and instead invested it in my own well-being. The Maldives trip was the most expensive, most necessary therapy session I ever paid for. I look back on that Christmas not with loneliness, but with the grim satisfaction that I finally established the boundary that saved my future. I never needed their guest room. I needed my own island. Like this video, if you think the Maldives trip was the perfect way to spend the Christmas budget. Subscribe for more stories about setting boundaries and financial freedom. And please, share your final thoughts on this whole mess in the comments section below. Do you think they will ever invite me for Christmas again? I'll see you all in the next story.